Hey everybody, welcome back to EMS1 News. Ed Bauter and Dan Schwester from the Overrun here, and today we are going to talk about New York City, or a city in New York, actually. This is Buffalo. They're having trouble with some of AMR's response times, so they are talking about creating their own ambulance service due to these slow response times. It seems that AMR response times have caused significant concerns among the Buffalo citizens, and the Buffalo Common Council is looking to create their own ambulance service. This is something that we've kind of seen in some municipalities around here, Danny, and it kind of looks like the towns are looking to take some of their stuff back.
Yeah, Ed. In this case, it seems that the city of Buffalo is really not happy with AMR. They're citing a lot of instances in the article that where you have people waiting an inordinate amount of time for an emergency care and transport, and it really is bad optics for AMR. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to respond to this. If you read the article from EMS1.com, it really goes into AMR didn't really have a comment, wasn't really talked about, but there is an upcoming meeting for the town, for the city, that's going to be coming up. So I think that's going to be interesting to hear how they're going to answer this.
And as we're recording this, there is going to be a town council meeting on September 10th. So AMR is going to have a chance to respond to some of these criticisms. But there's some instances that we've seen in this story that we have here on EMS1 that there have been patients, children who have had broken bones, who have had to wait for hours for ambulances. This isn't they've contracted a 5-minute response time and they're having a 7-minute response time. This is a much more kind of complex and deep issue. So I don't know that we're necessarily seeing a lot of towns do this, but I feel like it kind of speaks toward the model we have in a lot of places where we've turned EMS into a business where the financial gain is something that's more important than patient care, or at least that's kind of the way that it feels. And I don't mean to come down on AMR too much, but it doesn't seem like right now they're providing the services they talked about providing in.
Exactly, and that's a major problem here. I think what it is we're starting to see maybe a stem change in the industry of EMS, where you have cities and towns that are starting to regard this as a valuable public service, and maybe not something that we need to contract out, especially if we're not getting the service that we require. And contracts are contracts; they are what they are. Businesses are businesses, and they are what they are. And you're going to pay for it one way or the other. So, are the cities and towns starting to realize that maybe paying for their own stuff and having their own stuff is more preferable? We're going to see. But this is an interesting story. It definitely is maybe the start of a trend.
And this is coming off the heels of 16 different EMS agencies saying that response times cannot be the only metrics to look at a good EMS response model. So it's interesting to see how this is working out. We're interested to see what's going on in Buffalo. We're going to follow this story. Make sure to keep following us here on EMS1 News and on the Overrun. I'm Ed Bauter. He's Dan Schwester. Check out all of our stuff on YouTube and at overrunproductions.com, and we will talk to you next time.